Sup shooters, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out an EP by Raw Soul called In Another Life. We switch over here to SoundCloud. I love that black and white noir kind of effect. Got 341 subs, that's good, that's good. We got a collection of songs depicting my mindset, outlooks and thoughts on some stuff. The name In Another Life is just me saying that maybe in another life this music thing would have been the path I could have took. It's hard, chill, smooth, mellow, raw, and soulful. Some are harder tracks, almost anthemic, and some are softer songs diving deep into doubt and worry. Hope you enjoy. Well, I am excited for this. We've got 6 tracks here, produced by... I'm not sure how to pronounce that. That's Bvtman. Like, I'm tempted to say Batman. Or it could be... Bvtman? Batman? We got... Found a Youth by produced by Lucas Quinn. Floating, produced by 081. Land of the Snakes, featuring 100. Missing This, produced by Midsummer. And then finally, Penny Few Thoughts, also produced by Midsummer. So we're going to listen to these tracks from start to finish. And we're going to hear what we think. Let's start with Lord of the Flies.
You know, I've been pretty humble in my pursuit of this. Never made a track.
I like this brass. I like this early 20th century kind of vibe to the recording, and I'm liking how the vocals roll with it.
Like this one before. I hope you feel it, you know?
Lord of the
Maybe I'm
Flies.
tripping, you know, maybe I'm thinking too highly of myself, but you know, just wanted to say something like this. Raw soul, down beneath the rain and the pain of the scholar, comes the story of a man's rise from the squalor. Holla at the boy if you want to taste the joy of freeing yourself from the pelt of poison collars.
Cool. Let's talk about this. The mix is so thick. Ingredients been placed in the right levels with the right pass filters. Vocals are so prominent. There's a warmth to it. It's a really interesting sort of type of track to listen to.
Tell me to stop and that the shit ain't hot. Dropping mortar shells from a man who been raising hell. Got up every single time that I went and fell, and still jumping these mountains like they only tiny hills. My cup runneth over, yet it never does spill for real. Till the day that I rise or fall over and die, I aspire to fill these skies with war cries. Out here working, but I ain't about a prize. This beast Bill's gone, call me the Lord of the Flies.
Before we get into that hook, I love this so much. Sometimes I listen to rappers and hip hop artists and they just go really, really quickly. And while it is my job, to understand what they're talking about. Raw Soul is so eloquent and careful and concise in his delivery that you get it. You get it. It's just given to you. And as a listener, it's your choice whether to accept it or not. And I got a lot of respect for that. Well done.
You know, I've been doing this shit for a while, man. Like, years. And I'm not trying to, you know, make a name for myself or anything. I just need to say the shit I want to say. Put it on a beat. Talk my shit. You know, that's all it is.
You do you, man.
Raw soul, 80% work, no percent luck. The rest is just skill and not giving any fucks. I buck trends.
The rest is just still not giving any fuck. Well played. Well played.
To seek pens like my soul depends on writing these songs to run amok. Cocksucker, I'm a blockbuster. J. Cole taught me that, so you can't find it lackluster. Get the troops mustered. I'ma hit the streets like I keep the fleet and my piece all off the muzzle. Always off the leash, yeah, you reap what you sow. bunch of smoke.
I'm sort of just trying to like figure out how Lord of the Flies comes into this. He's talking about his journey and how sort of difficult he is and how he's still in it though. He's still wanting to say his piece and he's still wanting to sort of, as a him rising over the difficulties, even if it's not necessarily where he wanted to be, and just doing the best he can and kind of making peace with that experience.
It is not for show, y'all a bunch of scarecrows. Wanna be real so bad, but I see how your nose grows. I've been humble, but I'm starving for the leap. From amateur to beast, from here to the peak. But I've been taught patience from many of the wise. A beast of no nation, call me Lord of the Flies.
Nice. There's so many different interesting instruments in there. You've got like some guitar tracks. Obviously there's a bass there, drums, you got some sort of trumpets and all that. It's kind of a victory, kind of a sorrowful kind of victory, like a Pyrrhic victory or something like that. Pyrrhic victory, that's it. I really hope that Raw Soul can find success. He sounds so genuine and humble. Well done to Bvtman on this production, because it's stellar and it really showcases the best quality of Raw Soul's vocal performance. I liked how the chorus was talked as opposed to like kind of having a similar kind of delivery to the verses. Oh, that's an electric bass. Well done. Hey, electric bass. That's cool. That's fantastic. I got a lot of love for that. 5 points for that alone. And now this is Fountain of Youth, produced by Quinn. More kind of a rainy day jazz kind of vibe to this one, eh?
Take a sip from the fountain of youth. I get shots, but stop, I'm too quick to shoot. I get missiles, but they whistle way past my troop. I got seconds with these blessings, or before I'm poof. I said, take a sip from the fountain of youth. I get shots, but stop, I'm too quick to shoot. I get missiles, but they whistle way past my...
These backing vocals are gorgeous. I can hear them as a pad kind of thing with the pianos and the drums and the bass as well. Again, more electric bass. Well done.
My troop, I got seconds with these blessings, or before I'm poof. I maximize the outer prize.
Really slick chorus, by the way.
I got inner cries that leave a size, so I exercise my demon's lies. I've been thinking about how to cleave a route. I got doubts that sweep my house with leaps and shouts. Speak up, I'ma fall too much, so I seek a cloud with a silver lining, but it ain't around. I got issues with my mental negative outlook, so my email clouded with junk that ain't rentals. Pick a
Cool. Nice work, changing up that flow and that groove of the rapping, man. Like, I like that. I think it was cool. Da 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 da. He had a nice little melody there coexisting with everything else. It's nice. There was a bit of stylistic cohesion there.
Like it's Leonard's watch, how I ain't led like a motherfucking pencil or a pen rather. I got 10 ladders to climb before I spit venom like 10 adders. Dead shattered, I've been tattered, lacking pat like rain splatters. Take a sip from the fountain of youth. I get shots, but stop, I'm too quick to shoot. I get misses, but they whistle way past my troop. I got seconds with these blessings, or before I'm poof. I said, take a sip from the...
Very, very, very smooth transition into this chorus. I was almost expecting the drums to go out or something like that, but if we're gonna have the drums continue, that's cool, because the percussion doesn't get old. There's enough going on in there to keep it kind of so you can kind of get sucked into it.
Youth, I get shots, but stop, I'm too quick to shoot. I get missiles, but they whistle way past my troop. I got seconds with these blessings, or before I'm poof. I see my home is a happy one, but I'm a...
See, well, the drums went out then, so that was absolutely fine.
One reason why it can't be done. One season is all I have, me son. One shower, so they say. One break is all it takes. One life, it's all at stake.
Hang on. Oh no, those are the tags. Oh, this was released a few weeks ago. Man, that wasn't long ago.
What's his fate? Been surmised that nothing's a surprise. Only when the good does come will I feel alive. Only when the goal's been done will I feel a high till that day. I pray to see the sky shining on a man whose fortune's yet to arrive. I've been despised, always makes me wonder why. Is the rage within me really that easy to see? Silent in my anger, as silent as can be. Yet the silence doesn't extend to my inner beast. Only silent so that I can attempt some inner peace. I take a sip from the fountain of youth. I get shots but stop, I'm too quick to shoot. I get misses but they whistle way past my troop. I got seconds with these blessings all before I'm poof. I said, take a sip.
So I'm trying to understand this one. He's sort of been talking about his mental health and how like the fountain of youth and missiles and all that kind of stuff.
From the fountain of youth, I get shots but stop, I'm too quick to shoot. I get misses but they whistle way past my troop. I got seconds with these blessings all before I'm poof. Mental, negative outlook, so my email clouded with junk that ain't rentals. Pick a utensil, this ain't dull like it's Leonard's. Watch how I ain't led like a motherfucking pencil. Or a pen rather. I got 10 ladders to climb before I spit venom like 10 adders. Dead shattered, I've been tattered. Lacking pat like rain splatters. Take a sip from the influence when I go and grab me one. One reason why it can't be done. One season is all I have, me son. One shot or so they say. One break is all it takes. One life, it's all at stake. One man, what's his fate? I've been surmised that nothing's a surprise. Only when the good does come will I feel alive. Only when the goal's been done will I feel a high till that day. I pray to see the sky shining on a man whose fortune's yet to arrive.
So like, you know, continuing with what we talked about in that sort of summary section here, this is more sort of about the struggles that he deals with within himself and sort of living in a life where he didn't have to deal with sort of fighting himself and the demon. You know, like, I get that.
Been despised, always makes me wonder why. Is the rage within me really that easy to see? Silent in my anger, as silent as can be. Yet the silence doesn't.
Yeah, no, there's like a cognitive dissonance between like how he presents himself and who he really is. That piece just hasn't really been found yet. I think I understand what this track's about. That the music represents it well. There's a kind of like there's a sort of sense of an ease to the overall harmony to the song, but at the same time, it sort of represents the kind of tranquility that he's trying to find within his own life. Go back to here. There we go. I'm living for that bass though. I love the way the bass guitar's been played. Really good bassists in this group so far. And that fade out again, I dig it. Well, that's 2 for 2, I dig both. We got Floating featuring Dana Hernandez, produced by 081.
Jotting down another note on my pad. It's about 2 a.m. and I'm glad for the chance to have seen another sunset. Seen some unrest, but also seen a couple ladies undress. One sec, yeah, my life been one mess. Feeling like it's all just been some test. Through the peaks and valleys it remains uncanny that when she smiles it reminds me of candy. I gladly take a sip from the cup of joy. She acting kinda coy when she plays with the boy. And when she drink my coffee she take it with the soy. All about the green like I'm eating bok choy. And I ain't one to really brag or boast, but if I could free myself, you fools be toast. No.
Yeah, there's this constant theme throughout of a guy who like he just wants to stay humble and he wants to succeed. And I guess it's difficult because in hip hop and rap you hear so many people talking about how successful they are and how everyone else around them is just kind of fake, or it's tricky, you know, it's tricky. I am enamored with the concept of someone who just wants to make great rap music without needing to sort of throw their dick around.
But all you're hearing is a ghost who on beats he peaks and then seems to float.
I'm not saying all hip hop artists are like that. By the way, I'm not. What I'm saying is that like a lot of the music I get through, there's a lot of confidence, and then occasionally there are people who really take it to the next level, and that kind of turns it off a little bit for me because it just sort of seems borderline unnecessary sometimes, you know? You don't need to shit on people for like an entire 3.5 minutes. But then again, that just might be, that's a very subjective thing, you know? Some people might be super into that, you know? I ain't gonna judge. I like this fluctuating kind of synth and pad work with Dana's voice. It's gorgeous.
Peace of mind, wonder what'll be this time. And let's make a toast. Raise your glasses way up high, float until we kiss the sky.
Yeah, I'm coasting like the seashore. Now I breathe more easily when I read, then I see more. Some doors open, but some seem far. Had many friendships close, but send them regards. Crest peaks so steep in attempts to reach a place of peace. Writing sheets that seem like fleets of rhymes that I hope to bring alive. Searching for props like directors out of time. Just my mind. I ain't about to whine though. Looking for change like Obama in his prime. Yo, yes we can.
Yes, we can.
Or at least that's the plan.
Nice little sample there.
Maybe come to terms that I won't
Very good.
have many fans, but can't deny that your boy can make it jam. Strawberry jelly coming straight from the man. Yeah, I'm coasting like the seashore, seeking peace for myself and health for all of my people.
Hey, it's just another day. Floating for some peace of mind. Wonder what'll be this time. And let's make a toast. Raise your glasses way up high. Float until we kiss the sky.
He was talking about women at the start like that. Like, if we go back here,
2 a.m. and I'm glad for the chance to have seen another sunset. See some unwrapped, been one mess. Feeling like it's all just been some test. Sip from the cup of joy. She acting kinda coy when she plays with the boy. And when she drink my coffee, she take it with the soy. All about the green like I'm eating bok choy. And I ain't one to really brag or boast. But if I could free myself, you fools be toast. No joke.
yeah, this is interesting. I know I touched on it before. It's very much that Raw Soul is desperate for that ability to really push himself to the next level. I think it's a smart idea to have these different producers to work with. I think that his vocals have been mixed slightly differently each time, and that just comes with the EQing that's done, personal preference, and all that kind of stuff. But I think that with each of these first 3 tracks, there's been a coherence to there's been I've been able to make sense of it from a production standpoint as well as like a concept standpoint. I think that there was a nice sort of, I think that Dana's vocals worked well with Raw Souls. I think that there's a sense of hope in the way that she delivers her vocal lines in that chorus, and I think that it's nice to have a bit more of a chilled out kind of anti-chorus where like things tone down a little bit and there's like a break. It's kind of cool. So Bvtman, Lucas, Quinn, and 081 have done well so far. I'm just going to double check the second verse.
Seem far, had many friendships close, but send them regards. Crest peaks so steep in attempts to reach a place of peace like directors out of time. It's prime, yo, yes we can.
Yes, we can.
Or can't deny that your boy can make it jam.
Yeah, like there's like a self-confidence that Raw Soul has about his ability as a musician, but at the same time, like he knows that he needs to find some way to get to that. And he's like, again, he's thinking in another life that they'll be able to get there, and hopefully, Raw Soul does find success. I wasn't trying to start this one early, don't worry. It was just a misclick. We've got Land of the Snakes featuring 100. Oh, nope, wrong track. Whoops, doops. There we go. And Land of the Snakes.
Got $100 and I'm about to make a
More of a Lord of the Flies kind of vibe with this one, eh?
that this fella about to sell a soul from his set. Listen, check, are we about to let a man forget that we took him in, never even gave him debt? He says he grateful, is playful, so why he now so hateful? His chick is faithful, his mama healthy, his life is stable. But like Abel, his friendship fatal, this ain't no fable. This shit was painful, pull the cable, man, this shit disgraceful. Brothers turn enemies, heaven sees. But what's worse is the curse of seeing your brothers bleed. Envy and jealousy brought the worst enmities. Why don't people want to see their own kids succeed? Set your jealousy aside, let each other...
So, like, there's like a specific concept to each of these tracks. Floating is more like kind of the dream of kind of like ascending out of the kind of the mediocrity and finding peace with like the people around you and trying to get something better and the hopes up in the future, you know, like looking for that break, that window of opportunity. Fountain of Youth, sort of questioning the decisions he's made, kind of wondering where his time's gone, and Lord of the Flies kind of coping with the people around him who maybe, what did I say about Lord of the Flies?
Fail for real till war cries. Out here working, but I ain't about a prize. This beast Bill's gone, call me the Lord of the Flies.
Oh, so he does it on both times. That's cool.
Skill and not giving any fucks. I buck trends and tend to seek pens. Like my soul depends on writing these songs to run amok. Cocksucker, I'm a blockbuster. Jake.
Man, I'm tripping a little bit at the moment. I know I'm going between songs, but I just kind of want to get a sort of an understanding of how these work together. Lord of the Land of the Snakes.
His chick is faithful, his mama.
Yeah, this is more about just the kind of bullshit that he has to deal with the people around him. Trying to make sense of that.
But some mates are truly just snakes all up in disguise. Angels cry when friendships break apart, but watch your back for those who stab your trust, they'll break your heart. Ride or die,
Damn.
or die in the ride. I got a million worries and they're right by my side. Line of snakes and fakes, they take straight from your plate.
There's a pumping to some of these string sections, but I think it works well. Like, it kind of sounds tense and sort of claustrophobic, and how, like, things sort of, like, close again are, like, a little bit horrible. There's also, like, sort of a sense of, like sadness, almost sort of melancholy about it. Like, it just seems like things are kind of confusing and needlessly sort of horrendous. Sort of a disbelief and incredulity.
I got a million worries and they're right by my side. Line of snakes and fakes, they take straight from your plate. Real recognize real, but can you recognize hate?
Bet on us, Chief, you get your cash back. Came a long way, shout out to the flashbacks. Cuz had a heart attack, because had a heart attack.
Oh, this is featuring 100. The whole time that it was produced by 100, but no, it's featuring 100. This is 100 here.
Broke my heart, couldn't even tell him that. GI curriculum, 3 R's and pack. You waiting on the stimulus? I'm waiting on the blackjack. Soft leg came with the chicken and the flapjacks. Old money, small face, Kmart, gold black. Whenever I show up, I'm right on time. Champagne, put that on your mind. Post up on my couch, put food in your mouth, green-eyed meat monster. You ain't no Street Fighter, bitch, you ain't no Blanca.
I love this delivery by 100. It's got so much character and personality to it. He's personifying that sort of situation of, oh, I let you into my home and now you treat me like this? Man, you aren't even worth being, yeah.
Over there, man, this ain't no Tonka trucks. Last fuck I gave was long time ago. In a land far away, we had to be 10-toe, and we handled our business 70 degrees or 30 below.
100.
Put a stop to them cowards. Looked them right up in their face. They ain't gonna do nothing.
You better watch it.
Ride or die, or
Damn.
ride. I got a
That was incredibly tense.
worries and they're right by my side. Line of snakes and fakes, they take straight from your plate. Real recognize real, but can you recognize hate? I said, ride or die in the ride. I got a million worries and they're right by my side. Line of snakes and fakes, they
That's
take
horrendous.
straight from your plate. Real recognize real.
You know, like having 100 illustrate the situation that Raw Soul is demonstrating further was effective. Like with a sort of a sense of humor to it as well. I think that was welcome. It was a little more colorful. I liked how they kind of had that filter work going on with the kid talking at the end. It's really cool. Like really, there's an incredible sophistication to this performance. Like the 7th kind of arpeggios, like seventh chords and all that. It's just really spotless. Well done to Raw Soul on that. We've got Missing This, produced by Midsummer.
It's been a minute minute since we kicked it. I'm feeling so conflicted. I'm thinking we missing what was the ticket. We picked it. The separation was just too addictive. I'm seeing this as a habit that's been like a sickness. Bear witness to the rise of a giant, afflicted by the science of writing like the Mayans. Other people tend to merely call it rhyming, but I call it therapy. Warily I tread quiet in the riot, cause I'm way too tired to try harder. So instead I'll die a martyr for these dreams that seem to be getting only farther at the top of my class, but never cum laude.
I've not been talking much with this one primarily because I really just want to listen to what this guy has to say. I don't think I've gotten everything I need to really give a passing judgment on this album beyond, on the CP beyond what sort of he's talked about in that summary.
Ain't no bother, never want to need a collar, but it'd be cool to go and marry someone's daughter. It'd be even cooler if she put up with my father as I taught her on the peak, but we beach in cool water. That's why it's a shame we ain't kicking it, that we built walls all around our differences. Wanna be at the top, but I'm missing this feeling I used to get way before the sickness hit. That's why it's a shame we ain't kicking it, that we built walls all around our differences. Wanna be at the top, but I'm missing this feeling I used to get way before the sickness hit.
The sickness hit, is he talking about his mental health issues and stuff like that? Just considering the sort of the fear that was in Land of the Snakes and sort of his issues that and demons that he was talking about earlier on, it's sounding like this has affected his life kind of negatively, and he's wishing that he could have gotten married and had like a normal life like a lot of other people, or that he'd gotten successful and had the life he thought he deserved.
Used to hate evil, now it sees within. Used to love music, now I don't know. Used to hate losing, now it's all I show. Used to love you lots, now it's kinda numb. Used to hate to stop, now I'm all done. Used to love people, now I'm all alone. Used to hate evil, now it's in my home.
This has taken an incredibly dark turn, hasn't it? I wasn't expecting this at all.
Where I go, only discard it when I'm hiding in my flow, hoping that it doesn't show all up in my songs. Only place where we seem to get along. Pray tell, would you stay with me if I fell? Would you burn with me if I end up in hell? I may never know, and so I say it on this. To the good days we've had, they the ones that I miss, and that's why it's a shame we ain't kicking it.
And back to the hook. Yeah, there's a very straightforward kind of instrumentation and sort of structure to these. There's just that one idea that's kept for the 2 or 3 minutes, and there's like dips in energy levels and stuff like that. Some producers keep it very, very simple, and others kind of change the whole sort of energy levels. This makes sense to be sort of more of a through composed one. This is just kind of raw soul ruminating on what he's lost and kind of struggling with coping with that, you know? It's how he's become alone because of the struggles. It's incredibly sort of, it's distressing, you know? And this kind of very kind of like nostalgic kind of piano tone looking back at the old times, like in the swing set on this album are, you know, it's like the context is awful because you don't know if they ever find resolution or, you know, they don't know if they get past this. And we got this kind of break. It's such beautiful. That sample there is gorgeous and the drums suit it so well, but the content is so disheartening. There's a great sense of loss. Like there's a brutal sense of loss from this. But it's very eloquently presented. Like Raw Soul's done a fantastic job of communicating throughout this EP. You get a clear sort of understanding of who he is as a human being and the life he lives. And then we've got Penny for Your Thoughts, produced by Midsummer. Let's listen to it.
I hope to be a writer myself someday.
Oh.
Oh. All great men must have their moments of relaxation.
Oh, today was an unusual day. But after this, there'll be no more distractions.
Holla at the bass, I chase bars looking
I think these samples are really helpful. I'm glad that they're included to kind of give a little bit of color and context to these tracks.
to escape a place I may be a waste. I embrace the ups and downs. I'm too free to be bound, too ragged for a crown, too quiet to be sound. But this is all me. Little poetry stamped like a notary. Why not follow me for insight on the might of the pen? As I write on beats, taking flights from demons, reaching in as I envision, filling in what is still missing. I repent, but hardly do ever listen. And I'm yet to leave a mark in this park. But the bark of the trees, like please, you know I've got plenty wisdom.
This is beautiful. This is my favorite track. I love the way that he is more sort of like accepting and understanding of the situation now, and how the guitar part with those sort of jazzy kind of chords accepts it.
Let's soak in the sun while
And the
it's
bass
here.
and
I
drums
just
as
hope
well
to
are
make the
just
picture
supportive.
vivid while it's still clear. Hold it dear. I know you still hold a lot of fear, but you gotta keep going. Leave that shit in the rear. That's just a note to self. Just trying to remind myself that it could be worse, but
Again, that self-awareness, trying to sort of develop yourself and improve your situation by being aware of
sometimes
what's
I feel
happening.
cursed with a powerless feeling. That's why I spit. If I'm asleep, I may as well keep dreaming, and I might be leaving no legacy for friends to remember me, but I continue to scribble these
Oh
thoughts.
nah, come on. You're doing a fucking amazing job. This is a really fucking incredible EP, and Raw Soul, if you're watching this, you ought to be proud of yourself. It's okay. Like, I also struggle with mental health, issues. Like, I'm not saying like that anxiety and depression and sort of that kind of stuff. And I'm not diagnosing you and your position, right? But it sounds like you're really having a rough time with this. Just as a disclaimer, I'm not giving any diagnoses or anything like that. But as someone who is familiar with a lot of what he's talking about.
Hopes of
But you're doing a good job,
maybe leaving
you
a
know?
mark. I'm asleep at the wheel, yet I still steer, aiming to drive by my life's fear, but avoid diving in. I stay rhyming in compact thoughts that are truly fraught with intense sparks of feelings I jot, caught in a place where rhythm meets the dark. But even in dark, I keep up hope, only cope by keeping my weapon stoked and close, only one I told. Metaphor for the pen, during low times it was my only friend, and I hope I haven't peaked. Hope it'll get real sleek, and hope that you take a peek at the sheet. But if not, I won't call it losses. I'ma trust the process, even if it ain't yet processed. The meal is as good as the sauce is, and I got sauce, the shit is what raw is. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just, some dude spitting what he wants to spit. Just air out some shit. Raw soul.
Look, this is an EP by Raw Soul. It features 100, and there are tracks produced by Bvtman, Lucas Quinn, 081, Midsummer. These 6 tracks are all really good songs. They're really good. They're honest, they're genuine, they're interesting. There could have been some potential little subtle changes between verses and choruses and parts. But at the same time, I think that it's okay to want to keep it really chill with your structure. The music industry at the moment is a mess. It's just a complete shit show. Getting big nowadays is luck. It's just knowing the right people. It is knowing the right people. It is finding something unique among the billions and billions of songs that have been put out. Or the alternative is to do what's being done that's popular and to sell your soul and to be a disciple of someone else. And then maybe if you get the clout at some point, you can make your own style and completely revolutionize it. But as someone who has reviewed well over 1,000, if not 1,000, 1,000 tracks at least, if not 2,000 tracks since I started. Penny for Your Thoughts especially is kind of, it's on the good side of that. There's a lot of bullshit that gets put forward in music nowadays, and people are just doing it to make noise. I love it when I hear someone who just wants to do it for the sake of doing it. I've got a lot of love for what Raw Soul is doing with their music, and I really hope they find success. Aside from what I said about there being sort of distinctions between verse and chorus parts, each of these tracks was as long as they needed to be. If they'd been over 4 minutes or under 2, it would have been like, oh, okay, maybe we're missing some key components. But it clearly communicates the state that Raw Soul is in another life. He really wishes things had been better. It's patently obvious that Raw Soul wishes that things had been different. It's like, while he hopes for a big break and he knows he's got the ability to be able to take it to the next level, it's almost like there is a self-blame going on that he didn't do enough or that he's responsible for it, when in reality it can literally just be the fact that there was just not that one person who found your stuff. And in the sea of people that are making, especially in this genre, especially with this type of music, it is phenomenally difficult to get any traction. Especially when you have people who are going and buying likes and buying subscribers and all that kind of garbage. It's a shame. It's brutal. It's vicious. But I think just Raw Soul has created, in addition with the help of the various producers and featured artists, has done a magnificent job with this record. And I have a lot of love for what Raw Soul has done. I really hope things improve for him. I hope he sounds like he's finding peace with it. Like he's just spitting on the mic and just telling his story. I really hope that he actually feels at peace with who he is and what he's doing, and that people tell him that he's good. I hope he has people that tell him that he's a good musician, because he is. He needs to get told that. If you're watching this, Raw Soul, you are doing well. It's just tough. It sucks that there is so many people who are sort of dangerous or uncomfortable to be around, like Land of the Snakes, or that you can't trust people. It sucks that you're alone and you feel like you've lost a lot of time and all that kind of stuff. But you also show a sense of hope floating. You know that it can get better. And you've got the self-awareness and maturity to know that things can improve. I'm going to get off this because it's about the music. The music was appropriate to the subject matter. The producers did incredibly well. It was mixed and mastered effectively. There were differences in some of the EQing decisions with the vocals, but I think that all of them sounded good. They were just different. Like there's a bit more high end and floating, and like some of the tracks were a little bit louder than the other tracks, or maybe there's less or more dynamic range. But that just comes when you're working with different producers. They'll master it differently. But it's a really solid release. I look forward to seeing what what am I talking about? You can tell I'm tired. Raw Soul does in future. I look forward to seeing what Raw Soul does in future. Thank you for your time, for watching this review. Hopefully I haven't gone too far with what I said before or I haven't stepped out of line, but at the same time I think it's important to be honest as a reviewer. When you listen to material, you need to be honest about the content matter, and when people are saying stuff, you need to be honest with them about your interpretation of it. Please do check out Raw Soul's various social medias, including their SoundCloud. Stay cool, stay safe. Please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as you need all the help they can get with all the crazy stuff going on. I'll catch you in the next review. Spider hands out.